Good morning, students. Last chapter we recall that all living organisms are made of cells. Today we'll start with the next chapter, that is tissues. Tissue is a group of cells having similar origin and function. It means that the tissue is a group of cells that is similar in structure and function. It works together to achieve a particular function that forms a tissue. Study of tissue is known as histology. For example, in unicellular organism, that is amoeba, a single cell performs all the basic functions. A single cell carry out the movement, intake of food, respiratory gases, respiration and excretion. But in case of multicellular organisms, the plants and animals, they show the division of labor. Division of labor means that there is a work for each and every cell that is different. So in multicellular organism, each cell is having its own function. Most of these cells, they are specialized to carry out the few functions. Each specialized function is taken up by different group of cells. So since these cells, they carry out only a particular function. In plants, xylem and phloem is there for the conduction of food and water. But in case of human beings, you'll see that nerve cells, they carry the messages. Blood transport minerals and water and oxygen. Muscle cells contract and relax to cause the movement. It means that a particular function is carried by a cluster of cells at a definite place in the body. So, on the basis of this is another topic. Are plants and animals made up of same type of tissues? So, this is the difference. You can see this. You can note down in your notebooks also. Plants don't move from their place as they are fixed and their tissues provide them to stand erect. Animals need more energy as compared to plants because they are not stationary and they are not fixed. They have to move from one place to another place. So most of these tissues, they are made up of dead cells in case of plant cells. So dead cells provide the mechanical strength to the plants and they don't require much maintenance. But in case of animal cells, the tissues in case of animal cells, they are made up of living cells and they can move for food and shelter and they perform the several functions. In case of plants now, only certain parts of the plants that can grow because the tissues present in such regions of the plant, they divide, they multiply and they form the new tissues. But cells in case of animals, they are uniform early but not in the certain regions of the body. Structure of the plant tissue is not very specialized as compared to animals, but the organ and the organ systems in the animals, they are highly developed. So this is the difference between plant tissue and animal tissue, and the topic is, are plants and animals made up of same type of tissues? Next is the experiment, plant tissues, meristematic tissue. This experiment is given in your book also. It shows that the growth of the roots in the onion bulbs. You can see experiment, it is shown. Take 2 onions in the jar as shown in the figure, jar 1 and jar 2. Observe the growth of the root for 5 days. Cut the tips of the root in the jar 2 and observe the growth of the root for the next few days. You will see that root in the jar 2, they will stop growing. Why? Because the tips of the root, they are cut and the apical meristematic tissue that is present at the tip of these roots, that is lost. So no further growth happens. It means that the apical meristematic tissue is responsible for the growth of the tip of the root. On the basis of this, the tissue occurs at the specific regions of the plant body. It is divided into, classified as 3 types of meristematic tissue, that is apical meristematic tissue, intercalary meristematic tissue and lateral meristematic tissue. This is so because in plant the body growth occurs only at these regions only. So on the basis of this, there are three types of meristematic tissues: apical, intercalary, and lateral meristematic tissue. Growth of the plants occur only in these certain regions because the dividing tissue is located at these points, and the dividing tissue is what? That is meristematic tissue. So depending on the regions where they are present, they are classified as apical, intercalary, and lateral meristematic tissue. New cells produced by these all meristematic tissues, they are initially like that of meristem. But as they grow and mature, they slowly change and they become differentiated at the components of the other tissues. So on the basis of this, there is a difference of types of meristematic tissue. You can see this. The first column is type: apical meristematic, intercalary, and lateral meristematic tissue, or cambium. See the location. Apical meristematic tissue is located at the growing points of the stem and root branches and in the growing young leaves near the tips of the stem. You can see the previous slide where it is present. It is present at the tip of the stem, and the tip of the root we have seen in the jar in the growing tips of the root. Now what is the function of this? It enables the length, increasing the length of the parts of the root and stem. Second is intercalary meristem. It is located at the internodes or the stem regions between the places at which leaves attached or at the leaves bases. You can see this slide. It is present at the intercalary meristematic tissue is present at the base of the leaf. And what is function? The cells are very active and they will form the several new cells. Now lateral meristematic tissue, it is present laterally on the sides of the root and the stem. You can see the location of the lateral meristematic tissue. It is present on the lateral side. Now the girth or the width of the diameter or thickness of the stem or the root increases because of the lateral meristematic tissue. Thank you.